Take it from me, a master shifter who shifts every single time that she intends to. Tonight is a wonderful night to shift realities. So make yourself some tea, get in a comfortable position, and go shift. Okay, bye, love you.
You will look into the faces of passers-by, hoping for something that will, for an instant, bring me back to you. You will find moonlit nights strangely empty, because when you call my name through them, there will be no answer. Always your heart will be aching for me, and your mind will give you the doubtful consolation that you did a brave thing.
Shifting motivation time. I will just make this even more clear than last time. If this motivation is not for you, like if you can't handle it, if it doesn't work for you, then don't watch this, because it does work for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for everyone. So if you're one of those people, don't watch this, because you probably will get offended. Anyway, those of us who are still here, if you are still complaining that you cannot shift, get a life. And I'm not talking about a life in your desired reality. I'm talking about a life here, because we know that you can shift. I know that you can shift. I have told you multiple times that you can shift. Okay, so why is it that you are the only one who is convincing yourself and the only one who is letting doubts into their head that you can't shift? Like, come on. We are past that point now. I have said this multiple times. Complaining will not get you anywhere. It will not get you closer to your DR. By the way, no one gives a shit. If you go and complain to someone, oh my god, I can't shift, it's so hard. They're just like, okay, what do you want them to do about it? Because you are the only one who can actually make you shift. And not to mention how it is probably just creating unnecessary blockages, because once again, for the 100th time, every time you say, I can't shift, I can't do it, that is just convincing your subconscious that you can't do it. Of course you're not going to do it if that's what you're saying. You need to adapt a new mindset. Now, another thing that I'm going to be calling people out for that you need to hear. I'm just going to start by saying this. We have our entire life to shift. We have our whole life to shift, okay? There is no deadline that we have to reach to shift. You know what I mean? And if you are one of those people who are like, if I don't shift by December, I'm just gonna give up. Literally shut up. You need to stop doing that. You need to find a different method, because that is not helping you one bit. It is just putting unnecessary pressure onto yourself, and you are getting into your own mind, because you'll be like, oh my god, like I have to shift before this point. And if I don't shift, then that's it. But that's not it, okay? We have our whole lives to shift. So clearly we will definitely shift at one point. It does not matter if you do not shift within the year or within the 2 years. It literally does not matter, because you will eventually do it. Once again, it is literally just creating blockages for yourself. Like, you don't even notice it, but it is. Okay, you gotta just stop thinking of the time that it'll take you to shift. That doesn't matter, because you will eventually do it. So just let it happen. And stop thinking that you aren't making progress. You literally are making so much progress every single time you do an attempt. Every time you wake up in your CR, that is progress. You do not need symptoms. Symptoms do not define your progress. So tonight, I want you to try and shift. But another thing that I'm saying is, if you wake up in your CR, I want you to not be demotivated. I want you to wake up and actually be happy that you woke up here, because you know that you have made progress. Good night.
find a glimpse of us.
No, but like low-key, Pansy and I are becoming friends. Hang on. What are you still doing here? I thought you were gonna shift. Oh, you lost motivation and you stopped trying. Well, that would make you a quitter. And yeah, quitters are losers. You know, I don't talk to losers, and I certainly don't talk to quitters. So, no, I'm not mad. I just never thought of you like that. Yeah, hang on. But first, get a load of them. They literally quit shifting. I know. Imagine quitting something just because it frustrates you that much. Talk about 4-year-old energy. Yeah, don't talk to them. They don't deserve it. Well, you can't sit with me because your negative energy will rub off on me. And obviously, if you quit, you're stupid. But, I can go shift right now. Here's a script.
Then a light broke through the black. I was standing on a track. That little light began to grow. There was nowhere I could go. And the ground began to shake. No time left to hit the brake. That little light was closing in. Suddenly I'm floating. Love, I see now. Oh, you found me here underground.
What if I told you none of it was accidental, and the first night that you saw me, nothing was gonna stop me? I laid the groundwork, and then, just like clockwork, the dominoes cascaded in a line. What if I told you I'm a mastermind, and now you're mine? It was all by design, 'cause I'm a mastermind. If you dance, I'll dance. And if you don't, I'll dance anyway. Give things a chance. Let the fear you have fall away. I've got my eye on you. If you dance, I'll dance. And if you don't, I'll dance anyway. Give things a chance. Let the fear you have fall away. I've got my eye on you. So this is Christmas. What have we done? Another year.
Into your heart and soul. You do have a soul, don't you, Lawrence? Make your wildest dreams come true. I got voodoo, I got hoodoo, I got things I ain't even tried. And I got friends on the other side.
Hello everybody and welcome back to one of the rare videos where I'm actually talking. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 2 reasons why you may not be shifting. These are reasons why I've struggled in the past, and I've given this advice to people that have told me that they're struggling, and I've had a lot of people tell me that they've had positive results, so I'm going to share them with you. Reason number 1. This may seem obvious, but I do this all the time. You're focusing too much on your physical body while you're trying to shift. You're sitting there waiting for the symptoms of tingling and falling and blah, blah, blah. Let me break it to you, and I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm gonna say it. Most of the symptoms that you're experiencing that you're calling shifting symptoms are not shifting symptoms. They're symptoms of your body falling asleep while your mind is staying awake. It's really hard to not focus on them when you're experiencing them, I know. But that anticipation and that feeling of depending on them in order to feel confident in yourself and your abilities to shift, no, that's gotta go. I have shifted with 0 symptoms. I've shifted when I felt zilch and I thought that I was going nowhere. They don't mean what you think that they do. I know how cool it is to feel your surroundings change and feel like you're floating and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, stop putting that pressure and that emphasis on what you're physically feeling. Because at the end of the day, physically you're doing shit. This is your mind. Put the focus on your mind. Really think to yourself, what am I doing right now? What am I attempting to do? This is why I think my Strange method has been working really well. If you do know who I am, then you know that my method is the Valentino method. It's been pretty successful, but I did create a second method a few weeks ago called the Strange method. It was inspired by Doctor Strange. Yes, I know that he's actual protecting. It's different, I know, but it was inspired by the movie. And this literally puts all of the focus on your mind and what your mind is actually doing. I think that that's why it's been working for so many people. So that's my first tip. Stop focusing on your physical body, focus more on what's actually going on. The second tip is going to be kind of hard for me to explain, but I'm going to do my best. When I started shifting, I felt like there was some higher force, most likely the universe, that was going to allow me to shift. Like I had to meet requirements in order to qualify almost to shift. This is not true. There's nobody that will allow you to shift other than yourself. You are in control, and affirming that I'm in control has completely changed shifting for me. I could do a whole talk about affirmations and how they've helped me, but these affirmations specifically, oh my God. Guys, remember, this is up to you. You have the power to do this, and you have the ability to do this. I know it's not as simple as, oh, just allow yourself to shift and you'll shift. I know that there's other factors in it, but that is the base of it, essentially, in my opinion. Focus on your mind and focus on who is in control. That's you, by the way, and I think that you will see some improvements. Try these out and let me know what you think. Okay, now go shift.
Can't fight it like taxes. At least it happens only once in your life. They're singing happy birthday. You just want to lay down and cry. Not just another birthday. It's
Harsh shifting motivation part something. If you get your feelings hurt, then just leave. Okay. If I see one more person, and I mean one more person, complaining to me or complaining to anyone else that they cannot shift, fine. Don't shift. That's your fault. But you need to get it through your head that you actually can. And I'm really just gonna attack certain people here. But I swear to God, if you're one of those people who are like, I can't shift, I just can't do it, and then lie down and roll over because you're tired instead, and you're just like, nah, I'll do this tomorrow night. And tomorrow night comes, and then you're just like, oh, I actually really need sleep tonight. I'll just do it another time. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Or simply just stop complaining that you can't shift, because here's a reality check for you. You actually need to try to shift. You guys, couldn't have guessed that at all. You need to put in the effort. If you are demotivated, who cares? Take a break. But if you are actually going to say to yourself, okay, I am going to try and shift, then try and shift. I don't care if you want to do the most complicated method in the world, and I don't care if you want to do the most least complicated method in the world. As long as you're doing something and you're putting in some effort to shift, then you will have no right to wake up and be like, God damn it, I didn't shift, babe. You didn't even try to shift. Just expecting to shift by lying down and being like, I'll try again tomorrow night. Then what the hell are you doing? So if you are doing nothing tonight, if you have a night free to shift, and if you are seeing this video, I genuinely want you to put in effort. I'll say that this is a sign kind of bullshit right now. This is a sign if you're seeing this. Tonight, I want you to put in as much effort as you can and to try and shift. If you wake up and you didn't shift, who gives a shit? Because the point is you can wake up and say that you actually tried. And if you wake up and you did shift, more power to you, because that's freaking incredible. So basically the whole point of this is to just say stop being lazy. It's not a good look for you. Anyway, hope y'all doing okay. Spread positivity and love. And get it through your freaking head that you can shift. Okay, just stop what you're doing and just say it in your head or out loud 5 times. You can shift, or I can shift, whatever the fuck you want to do. Do some little self-meditation here right now. I can shift. Or just say that over and over again 5 times throughout the day to really convince you that you actually can. Just get it through your thick ass skull that you actually can. Because I'm sick of you not doing that. I'm sick of you not doing that, okay? Everyone is sick of you not doing that. Realize that shifting is easy. Realize that you are worthy and you are fully capable to do it. I don't want to hear no I am the exception bullshit. I think we're past that stage where we know that's not true and where we know that you're lying to yourself if that's your excuse. So find a better excuse, because that's embarrassing. You're embarrassing. Kidding. Have a great day.
You know, I think it's time for some shifting motivation. I don't know, I have a feeling you need this right now. I want you to picture waking up in your DR for the first time, or like the first time you're with your comfort characters. It's like this surreal feeling, and you're sitting there looking at them in disbelief because you've spent months trying to get to your DR and it finally worked, and like this huge relief is like flooded over you. Picture that right now. Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I'll scream it to the nothingness. There ain't nothing that I need. Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Okay, hi. So this is for shifters. If you have issues believing in reality shifting, this is for you. So number 1, it's okay to have doubts and everything, but if you believe in it, this certain thing, it's unmatched. So my friend, they're my sister in my DR, and I'm also in her DR because I'm her brother. And hearing about you in someone else's DR, so motivational, man. Because there are things my DR sister knows about me that not even my closest friends from my childhood probably know. Like, there's such small details that no one would care about. And they're so unprovoked. Like, we'll just be having a conversation and I don't talk about these things, but then she mentions it and I'm like, how did you know that, you know? And she literally just made me a playlist of songs that I listen to in her DR, because I've been having issues like connecting to my DR self and what songs I would listen to. One of the songs I have had a hyperfixation on, like months ago, is On It. And a lot of other songs on the playlist I love. Milk and Cookies. Oh my god. And then just like small facts, like I said, like I love Slim Jims, which I completely forgot about, honestly, because my sister here, my sister in this reality, she doesn't buy junk food a lot anymore. And, you know, but as a kid, I loved Slim Jims. I loved Sunny D, which is another thing that I was told I love in their DR. I have an elf ear in their DR, and I wear like earmuffs or headphones to cover it up. Because I don't like my elf ear, which I don't even talk about my elf ear a lot. My hair is always covering it, but I have an elf ear. She didn't know that until I said it yesterday afterwards. So I hope that gives you some kind of motivation, because like it's just such small details that no one cares about or like cares to talk about, but she knows them. Because in her DR, she mini shifts like all the time. But in her DR, those very small things, they're in there. And I don't tell these things to people because they don't matter. They slip out of my mind. I forget I have an elf ear all the time. And it's attached to my body, you know? So like, I hope this gives you some kind of motivation.
You
You guys go do that right now. I am just getting back from that meditation. I fucking shifted. I'm not even like, I know shifting hasn't been a problem for me, but I didn't think it would actually work. I am still shaking my entire body. Like, I was laying down and doing the meditation, and then my entire body was just like this, and then I opened my eyes too soon and I woke up here, but I'm going back to bed and I'm shifting to my hero. Okay, let's
Please, come home. We will miss you terribly. And, well, Harry and Ron, they won't shut up about how much they miss you. We keep telling them I'm not an owl. They can tell you themselves when you get here.
Our people will need a chief, and there you are. There comes a day when you're gonna look around and realize happiness is where you are. Away from you, I felt the rain put it in here. I'll never be applause, applause, applause.
Shifters, stop scrolling, stop scrolling. Let me put you on some advice. Some real good advice. Now, this may be groundbreaking. This may be very controversial. But instead of just rolling over and falling asleep, how about you actually try? Oh, I know. Now hear me out, guys, hear me out. If you try, wait. If you try, you may get somewhere. I know. So next time you shift, instead of just rolling over and hoping for the best, instead of rolling over and just hoping for the best, how about like you actually try? I know, it's honestly groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking information. Let me know how it works for you, because honestly, this is some groundbreaking info.
You can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. You ain't ever gonna know if you never even try. Do it for your country, do it for your name. Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame.
Did she run away? Did she run away? I don't know. If she ran away, come back home. Just come home.
I have
to. Why? Because if I don't, that means that all the damage I got isn't good damage. It's just damage. I have gotten nothing out of it, and all those years I was miserable was for nothing.
If I betray you, I betray myself. If I betray him, I betray my country. My country is very dear to me.
Dearer than I?
No,